All right, we begin with House of the Dragon. The Game of Thrones prequel series managed to pull off a record-setting premiere.
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
Set nearly 200 years prior to the events of Game of Thrones, the debut brought nearly 10 million viewers back to Westeros, marking the biggest series premiere in HBO history.
Now they see you as you are.
The onslaught of bloodthirsty viewers even caused the HBO Go app to crash, mostly on Amazon's Fire TV. Now, I'm not saying it was sabotage, but with Amazon entering the high fantasy arms race with Lord of the Rings of Power, it's safe to say this battle has already started.
Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
Moving on now to Andrew Garfield. The popular actor is pushing back against detractors of method acting. This after he noted that he starved himself of food and, let's just say, intimacy for the 2016 film Silence.
I was celibate for 6 months.
Wow.
I was, and fasting a lot because me and Adam had to lose a bunch of weight anyway. So,
Following the likes of David Harbour and Sebastian Stan, who decried method actors, Garfield stated on Mark Maron's WTF podcast that it's not about being an a-hole to everyone on set, but rather living truthfully in imagined circumstances when you need to.
You want to test my faith? Give me a real challenge.
Of course, Andrew Garfield's biggest bit of method acting happened when he lived a lie of pretending not to be in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Peter Parker.
And from one English accented heartthrob to another, Harry Styles says he's pressing pause on his acting career.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Not everyone gets this opportunity.
In a new interview with Rolling Stone, Styles noted that despite starring in 2 highly anticipated movies this year, it'll be a while before he makes another one.
My priority is the music. It goes music, then comedy. Well, let's be honest, it goes music, then fantastic hair, then comedy.
As for the rumors that the pop star is headed to the Star Wars franchise, Styles says those are untrue. Okay, sure. And Han didn't shoot first.
Yes, I bet you have.
All right, and here to break it down just a little bit more is WatchMojo's very own. It's Phoebe Dijou. Hey, Phoebe, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for joining me here today to talk about these things. Okay, let's start with something I know for a fact you watched, House of the Dragon. Before we get to the big numbers, the premiere numbers, what did you think?
I thought it was fantastic. We watched it last night, and it really felt like Game of Thrones. I felt like I was back in that world, and it felt so good to be back in that world. The characters are so compelling. The acting is phenomenal, and I really think that this will be like the next unifying show for everybody. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, it really did. You say that it took you back to that world of Game of Thrones, and it really did for me as well. And you're not alone. The fans are really loving it, but also the critics. The critics are lauding it. So I can see if it stays, the standards stay the same, and like what they put out in that first episode, if it stays like that, I mean, and this could be back in the awards race. You know, I thought the performances were great. Matt Smith is so fantastic in here, but it's also broke records. This is HBO's highest watched premiere ever in their history, even more than the original Game of Thrones. Now, it's not getting to the numbers of, say, the Game of Thrones final season, but it has a lot of potential.
Well, yeah, that's pretty encouraging because Game of Thrones, when it first started, was not the hit that it ultimately became, right? So this show already has that built-in fan base, so we can probably expect to see those numbers go up even higher.
House of the Dragon, and then we've got Rings of Power. The battle will be on very, very shortly. I know you hold the Lord of the Rings lore near and dear to your heart. Do you think one will overtake the other, or is there room for both?
I think there's room for both, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that House of the Dragon will be better than the Rings of Power, just because, I mean, it's an Amazon show, and I know it's like the highest budget of any television show of all time, but that doesn't mean it's good quality, right? And from the trailers that we've seen so far, I'm not overly impressed, so I guess I'll just wait and see. I'll reserve judgment.
We'll see. It'll be interesting to see Rings of Power's debut numbers as well, to see who got the most eyeballs right off the bat. But we'll be watching and we'll be talking all about it. Let's move on now to an actor that I'm a fan of, Mr. Andrew Garfield. Very versatile. He can sing, he can do the superhero stuff, he can do the dramatic stuff. Well, he's also talking about his method, and that would be method acting. I don't know if you've been following the news, but there were other actors that have come out saying method acting is garbage. Those people are, for lack of a better word, a-holes for doing it. No, Andrew Garfield saying, no, it's not that bad. It's not about being an a-hole to the cast. It's about living in that world when you need to. What do you make of this whole method acting stuff that seems to be taking over the headlines lately?
So to me, it's like it's a spectrum, right? Like Andrew Garfield is doing method acting for a character, and he's likely not hurting anybody, right? And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have like a Jared Leto who's sending like used condoms in the mail to his co-stars, and it's just I think it's just an excuse to behave poorly. And unfortunately, it seems like it's a really popular thing to do lately, and I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think a lot of people that do method acting, they get a bad rap for the stories that happen behind the scenes. You look at your Jim Carrey when he was doing Man on the Moon, or Christian Bale, right, where he had that flip out on set. But if you look at some other actors that kind of go in the zone, you know, I mean, some of the works they put out is pretty good. So I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. I guess I've yet to see like a method acting performance that really like blows me away. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, Jared Leto is giving the whole thing a bad name, because on Morbius it was saying that his character, you know, was so decrepit and weak that for bathroom breaks it would take him like 50 minutes to get to the washroom and back, because he was really playing it up that he had a hard time walking.
I think he was just saying that because he had to take big poops on set.
Could be. Wow, we're going.
You heard it here first.
Phoebe's got the inside scoop. Okay, moving on. I don't even know how to segue into our next guy, but it's Harry Styles, who I'm sure has very small bathroom breaks. Who knows? Harry Styles is saying that he's taking a break from acting. He wants to focus on his music and I think his relationship as well. What do you think of this? Because it just feels like his acting career was just starting to blossom. He's in a lot of big movies. He popped up in Eternals, but now he's saying, no, I'm going to take a break. It's going to be a while, is what he says, before the next one.
Yeah, I find it unusual that he's like halting his acting career when it's only just starting to begin. He's such an exciting actor too. Like, Don't Worry, Darling is coming out soon, and I'm really looking forward to that. I know that's more like Florence Pugh's movie, but I can't wait to see him in that. I know he was in Dunkirk. And yeah, I mean, his music career has always been at the forefront of his persona, right? So I mean, this doesn't surprise me, but can he do both? Because he's good.
There was also rumors that he was going to pop up in a galaxy far, far away, of course being Star Wars. He's saying no. He's saying those rumors are false. But do we believe him? I don't believe him. I think, I don't know.
I don't know. The fact that he would even like substantiate them screams to me. Like, you know, when everyone was asking Andrew Garfield if he was in the new Spider-Man, he was like, no. And then he was. So.
When have actors ever lied to us, guys? When? Never, right?
All the time.
So Harry Styles, there you go. And last question, his relationship that he has now with Olivia Wilde. I mean, that is also in the headlines because Olivia Wilde is in this kind of bit of a custody battle with Jason Sudeikis. Is this all kind of distracting for Harry Styles? Like there's a lot of drama going on, a lot of tabloid drama.
Yeah, definitely distracting. I also kind of feel for him and Olivia as well, just because like the vitriol from his audience has been so fierce, and you know, it's a lot probably to deal with, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, is it worth it?
Yeah, I think Harry Styles fans will follow him no matter what he does, whether it's music, whether it's TV. I don't know what else he could do. Maybe he'll be a magician, and Harry Styles will have a career no matter what. Phoebe, thanks so much for helping me break all this down.
Oh God, thank you for having me.